Sit right back, the time is now. Tammy's gonna show you how to cook it up like Mama used to do. Well, she makes it easy, she shows you tricks.
Today we are doing our ground beef and rice casserole in our Volume 3 cookbook. And boy, is it good. All right, we're gonna be grounding a bunch of ground beef. You're gonna need about 3.5 cups of ground beef browned. I'm browning some extra because I'm going to use it in a different recipe. I bought this at Sam's Club, and lots of times when I buy ground beef, I just go ahead and brown it all at one time, and that way you can have it in the freezer to use for chili or spaghetti or a casserole, whatever you want to use it for. So this is a lot of beef. It's going to take a few minutes to brown it all. And we're going to use part of it in our recipe. This is a Vidalia onion, and I'm going to chop it. I'm going to show you how to chop it quickly. You're going to leave the root side intact, and I used a portrait of this onion for something else, but you do want to cut it so that it has a flat side, all right? And then you're just going to go down the middle, and when you start on the rest of your onion, you're going to go at an angle towards the middle. So you just kind of go towards that middle part like that. Then you should just be able to slice the onion. And the only thing that's a little different is you're going into the center at a diagonal, which keeps you from having to make horizontal cuts this direction through the onion. That's all there is to it. Simple dimple. I'm going to use my hamburger separator and do a good job separating the meat. It's going to take it a while to cook though. All right, let's get over here and start mixing up our ingredients. So the first thing you're going to do is get your rice. They do have beans, long grain, and wild rice, and it is the original recipe. It does have a seasoning packet inside of it, so you're going to take that out of the box. We're going to open it up and pour it into our bowl. Now you're going to add your milk, and it's a cup of milk, and then you use a cup of hot water. So we're going to walk over here and get some really hot water. I hope y'all are having a good and wonderful day. All right, so we're going to get a cup of hot water, and we're going to pour this into our bowl just like that. We're going to mix it together good. Now we're going to add the liquid out of our mushroom pieces. You're going to use a can of cream of chicken soup. You're going to add your rice. Now we're going to add our mushroom pieces. Okay. Now you're adding your onion, and I cut up a bunch because the more the merrier. The flavor, it's going to be good for flavor. Delicious. All right. And we're just going to mix this up. And once our ground beef is browned, we're going to put our ground beef in there. I'm trying to get all the herbs off the side of the bowl. Don't that look delicious already? Now we're just going to add our ground beef to it, throw it in a dish, and cook it up, and it's going to be delicious, y'all. So as soon as this ground beef is browned up, I'll come back and we'll throw it in the bowl. So we brought our ground beef over here, and I put it in this strainer so all the grease is in the bottom. And we got about 3.5 cups cooked. And we're going to mix that up. So that's the inside of the casserole. And now we're gonna put some crackers in here. You're gonna want about, these oyster crackers come in a 9-ounce bag, and you're gonna want to use about half of them. So you're gonna melt a half a stick of butter in a bowl, and then we're gonna add a half the bag of crackers. You want enough to cover up the top of the casserole dish. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna toss these in that butter. They're really good. We'll add a little bit more. Plenty of butter. Now you're gonna take a casserole, and this is probably about 4 quarts or so, 5 quarts, 4 to 5 quarts, okay? I don't really know for sure without putting the water in there. But it's a large casserole dish. That's what you need to use. You can pretty much tell by looking at this, it's gonna fit in here. So we're gonna take our olive oil spray. We're just gonna spray the inside of this thing. And this one is not available on Amazon, not one just like it, but I have something similar on the website because I got this on a clearance, I think. So you're gonna put your filling in there. We're gonna scrape the bowl good. All those seasonings off the side of the bowl. It already smells so good. The onion in this makes it taste so good. Make sure it looks kind of uniform all over. Well, that looks delicious. And now you're going to add your butter crackers to the top. Spread them out. You're going to bake this in the oven for an hour at 325 degrees. Okay, so we're going to get this in the oven, and in an hour we'll have dinner. Make some good sides to go with it. We'll see y'all then. Alrighty, it has been in here and it's cooked. So we're going to get it out and give it a try. Now, I already turned it off. So we had company. I know one thing, I'll be ready to eat it. Beef and rice. That's all there is to it. And it's good. It smells good. Let's give it a try. So you can see the rice is cooked. And it's a lot of beef in there too, and rice. And then the crackers are just delicious with that butter on them. And you can use Ritz crackers if you want to, if you don't want to use these. This is super delicious, so good, and you're gonna love it. And if you want to, you can add some cheese to it. But I like it just like it is. And we just thank you so much for watching Collared Valley Cooks, where we cook like our mamas did. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Cooking time, it's over now. Tammy, she just showed you how to cook it up like Mama used to do. So go on.